Hey guys, my hair's looking a little crazy, but I'm determined to get this video out. Between the tree cutters and the torrential downpour, I've been waiting all day to do this video, but today I just kind of wanted to talk about how we are going to slow start our school year. Stick around. Okay, so for those of you, most of you who are new here, we are a homeschooling military family. I have an 8-year-old, a 4-year-old, and an almost 3-year-old. And we have been homeschooling, let's see, for a year and a half, because we started right before the COVID pandemic thing started, right before that is when I pulled my son out of school, so whatever. And we do homeschool year round. This summer we definitely did a lot more light schooling than what we did last summer. But last year I did not do a slow start to school, and I really wish that I would have. So this year I'm going to learn from my mistakes, and I'm going to do a slow start to school. So we were planning on having our first day on September 7th, but we are going to now have it on September 8th. And basically what we are doing until then is we are just doing read aloud books together. We're primarily using master books. My 4-year-old, we did purchase a Becca for him, but we are thinking of switching back over to master books. We're still kind of deciding on that. But my other two are going to do master books this year. But I am really attracted to Sunlight curriculum, but I'm not quite ready since my mistake with a Becca and it's a lot of money. I do want to make sure that Sunlight is something that I would like to do, or we might just like the combination of Sunlight and master books. Who knows? But I did go to Sunlight's website, and for each age category, I just picked a book, and that's going to be our read aloud book. And I'm just going to continue to roll like that and just kind of get my feet wet a little bit with Sunlight to see how we like it or the flow of it. I know it's just books. And maybe potentially see if I can get my hands on a really cheap used teacher's guide so I can kind of see how it is. But for right now, this is what we are doing. So for my 2-year-old, who is going to be 3, so she'll technically start her preschool year, we just got Mother Goose. And it's really fun. We just kind of read through, all the little nursery rhymes, like 1, 2, buckle my shoe, the old woman in a shoe. Some of the pages are black and white. Some of the pages are in color. So that is what I am doing with her. We're just slowly reading through it, whatever she's willing to sit down for, that is what we are doing. For my 4-year-old, we picked out this book called People, and it just talks about different types of people all over Earth. Has a really nice picture of what I believe would be Adam and Eve. Can you see that? I don't know. Yeah, and it just kind of talks about how everyone is made differently, and that's okay, and stuff like that. So we really like that book, and we're just kind of looking through it. We'll probably repeat that one a couple of times before I get another one. Then for my 8-year-old, who is kind of sort of in between 2nd and 3rd grade-ish, she's a mix of both. I did go ahead and pick out of the history from Sunlight, I think it's the 3rd grade one. This book is called Window on the World, and it's really neat. It goes over all of these different ways that all of the, these different countries, like Christian backgrounds, the religious backgrounds, and how you can pray for people in that country. And what was kind of interesting was the very first country. So my husband was just in Afghanistan, just in Kabul. And so the very first country we read about was Afghanistan. And so we'll just kind of slowly read through this or look through this. My 8-year-old is really interested in books like this that are filled with kind of like the facts and knowledge and things like that. He does take an interest in that. And so basically, my plans to slow start is we're just going to start reading. Like, I like the intimacy sitting on the couch. And so we're going to start with that, where we're just kind of like waking up in the mornings, reading after breakfast. We're going to start with our not consumed Bible study, because I do want to make sure that our homeschool this year is God-centered and God-focused. So do that. And then just slowly, as the days go on, we're just going to slowly start adding things in and just kind of go with the flow. But definitely starting with our read aloud books and having that intimacy is how we are going to start our slow start to school this year. Last year, I did not do this. I jumped right on in with just everything, tried to accomplish everything in one day. I was doing all kinds of I think I was doing all of master books at that time and gather round all in one day. And it was just a hot mess. And so that kind of set the pace a little bit for a school year that was just chaotic. And this year, I'm really trying to bring it down, peaceful, go with the flow, one day at a time. That type of thing. But yeah, so that is how we plan to slow start our school year. And I'm interested, do any of you, homeschoolers that are watching, do you slow start or do you just jump right in? How does that work? How do you do it? So just don't forget to comment below and let me know, because I am interested in hearing about that. The purpose of this channel is to start community, to kind of, ping pong ideas off of each other and learn and grow together. So I hope that this video was helpful, encouraging. My children are now starting to fight, so I'm gonna have to go. If you want to continue following along on our homeschool journey, don't forget to subscribe. Bye.